The one secret that built Rockefeller's empire. Listen closely. I'm about to tell you something that changed my life forever. Something that took me from a poor boy to the richest man who ever lived. And it wasn't luck. It wasn't genius. It was simpler than that. My name is John D. Rockefeller. You know my name because I became the first billionaire in history. But what you don't know is the real secret behind it all. Everyone thinks wealth comes from big decisions, brilliant strategies, massive risks. They're wrong. Dead wrong. The secret? Small things aren't small. When I was young, I worked as a bookkeeper. 16 years old. Everyone thought it was boring work. Counting pennies, recording every tiny transaction. But I saw something they didn't. I saw that empires are built or destroyed in the details. While other men chased big dreams and ignored the small stuff, I did the opposite. I kept a ledger. Every single day. Every penny that came in. Every penny that went out. My colleagues laughed at me. They said I was wasting time. But I knew better. Because here's what most people never understand. You cannot manage what you do not measure. When I started Standard Oil, everyone wanted to talk about vision and expansion. But you know what I focused on? The cost of barrel making, the exact temperature of refining, the precise routes for transportation. I studied every detail until I knew my business better than anyone on earth. One day, I watched workers seal oil barrels. They used 40 drops of solder per barrel. 40 drops. I asked myself, what if we could use 39? We tested it. 39 drops worked just as well. Do you know what that one drop saved us? Thousands of dollars every single day. That one tiny detail, multiplied across millions of barrels, became millions in profit. That's the secret everyone misses. They think small savings don't matter. But I'll tell you what I learned. Small things, repeated consistently, become massive advantages. While my competitors ignored the pennies, I collected them. And those pennies became dollars. Those dollars became millions. Those millions became the greatest fortune in history. But here's what I really want you to understand. This isn't just about money. This is about mastery. This is about respect. This is about understanding that excellence lives in the details. Most people want the result without the process. They want the wealth without the discipline. They want the empire without the daily grind of perfection. But that's not how it works. Success doesn't come from what you do once. It comes from what you do every single day, in every small decision, in every tiny detail that others overlook. I'll tell you another story. When I hired managers, everyone else looked at their resumes and their charm. I looked at something different. I looked at their desks. I looked at how they organized their papers. I looked at whether they arrived 5 minutes early or 5 minutes late. Because those small things told me everything. I needed to know about whether they would succeed or fail. The man who is careless with small things will be careless with everything. The man who masters small things will eventually master great things. This is not a theory. This is a law as reliable as gravity. Now let me ask you something. Look at your own life right now. What small things are you ignoring? What details are you dismissing as unimportant? Because I promise you, those are exactly the things holding you back. Maybe it's your morning routine. Maybe it's how you manage your time. Maybe it's the small expenses you think don't matter. Maybe it's the tiny promises you break to yourself every day. These aren't small things. They're everything. Here's what I want you to do. Starting today, pick one area of your life. Just one. It could be your finances, your health, your work, your relationships. And I want you to measure it, track it, study it, master every detail of it. If it's money, know exactly where every dollar goes. Not roughly, exactly. If it's your health, track what you eat, when you sleep, how you move. If it's your work, measure your productivity, your focus, your results. Become obsessed with the details that others ignore. This will feel tedious at first. People will think you're being too rigid, too controlling, too focused on things that don't matter. Let them think that. Let them stay average while you become exceptional. Because here's the truth they'll never tell you. The difference between the ordinary and the extraordinary isn't talent. It isn't luck. It isn't even opportunity. The difference is attention to detail. The difference is caring about the small things that everyone else overlooks. I built Standard Oil barrel by barrel, penny by penny, detail by detail. While others dreamed big and acted carelessly, I thought big and acted precisely. That's the difference. That's the secret. You want to build wealth? Master the small financial decisions first. You want to build health? Master the small daily habits first. You want to build anything great? Start with the smallest possible unit and perfect it. Then scale it. Remember this: amateurs focus on goals. Professionals focus on systems. And masters focus on details within those systems. That's where real power lives. In the tiny decisions that compound over time. The fortune I built didn't happen in one big moment. It happened in 10,000 small moments. Where I paid attention when others didn't. Where I measured when others guessed. Where I optimized when others settled. So here's my final message to you. Stop waiting for the big break. Stop looking for the magic strategy. Stop searching for the secret shortcut. The secret is right in front of you. It's in the small things you're doing right now. Perfect those, and everything else will follow. Small things aren't small, they're everything. Master them, and you'll master your life. Ignore them, and you'll wonder forever why success never came. The choice is yours, but I can tell you from experience. The man who counts his pennies will eventually count his millions. The man who ignores his pennies will count his regrets. Now go, look at the details of your life. Really look at them, and start building your empire, one small perfect decision at a time. That's how I did it. And that's how you'll do it too.